He promised to lower your grocery prices, they're higher. He promised, I'll be a better steward of the economy. It's worse than we inherited. Over and over, he's breaking promises and doing outrageous things like disappearing people off of American streets, violating fundamental principles of this document, invoking the Alien Enemies Act.
Oh, crazy-eyed Cory Booker goes on a 17-hour bitch rant about Donald Trump and how dangerous Donald Trump is and how much of a threat he is and how much of this and how much of that. Basically, he drank the last beer. He took some of his, there was no more coffee left because Donald Trump drank it. Things like that. Didn't put any toner back in the printer, all that stuff, whatever. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. And basically, something I often think about is this is most of the time projection on the fact that these people are just absolutely nuts. And Cory Booker has an aide, or a supposed aide. This sounds more almost like a bodyguard. That's a 59-year-old ex-police officer who's walking around in the Capitol grounds with an unlicensed firearm. I have the article to show you, but I'll talk a little bit first. Dude man's walking around. Cory Booker and some of his other peeps, they sneak him around supposedly you're supposed to walk through the metal detector, but he goes around it. Nobody says anything about that. Let a conservative do that and you get, reprimanded. And then, walking around on the Capitol grounds with an unlicensed firearm. And, to be honest with you, no, hold on a second. We've seen some of the most outrageous political violence that has happened recently, like on levels 10 and 11. And if you've got a man out there with an unlicensed firearm, regardless if he's a Cory Booker ex-police officer, this is a dangerous man. This man could be a weapon. We don't know. And it's not necessarily somebody that would go after Trump because Trump wouldn't be in the premise, but anybody else that's actually doing the work to try to save America is under huge threats with their life. I mean, what if there was a hearing or something and Elon's walking around? What if, some other, aide that was helping the process of trying to figure out what's going on with Doge, that they don't want something to come out, some inconspicuous judge just walking around supposedly all of a sudden just, wakes up not alive anymore, whatever. You never discount the ability for the left to be violent. Never discount the fact that this could be, this wouldn't be just somebody just to happen to have a firearm and not a dangerous. So very alarming, very concerning that somebody like that, especially if you're an ex-police officer, why don't you have this weapon, permits? You can have a firearm on the Capitol grounds, but you have to have special permits. Didn't have a concealed carry permit. Just walking around with an unlicensed firearm. I'll read the article. I'll show you. Right here, 59-year-old Kevin Batts of New Jersey was arrested for carrying a pistol without a license. It says all weapons are prohibited from Capitol grounds, even if you're a retired law enforcement officer or have a permit to carry in another state. It says even if, so it says the District of Columbia. They added said I may have been wrong at the beginning of my statement, so that there's nothing legal about having a firearm on the Capitol grounds. And, it was reported by another person who said this dude, I guess confronted, maybe there was a suspicion, I don't know, but he said, yeah, I'm armed. They said yesterday, a member of Congress led an Aide staff member around security screening at the Hart Senate office building. And it says here, Capitol does not name the member of that Congress, by the way. Capitol Police said in a statement on Tuesday. Later that evening, outside the Senate galleries, the ID staff member, who is a retired law enforcement officer, told our officers he was armed. And then Democrat Senator Cory Booker has been ranting about this deal, Donald Trump and Musk for, I guess it was a 17-hour bitch rant earlier that happened. But this is pretty amazing that, where's, by the way, can we please get some of those arrests anytime soon? And the left is always throwing off on us like we're the ones that are violent. It's pretty amazing that this is how this rolls out. If you were to let any conservative under these circumstances have any kind of situation like this occur, I wonder what the outcome would be with Capitol Police arrest, indictments, warrants, search warrants, FISA courts, lawsuits. Did I mention lawsuits? Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.